Hello viewers, welcome to my channel as if you knew.
In the world of reality television, audiences are used to witnessing drama unfold on screen, scripted or otherwise. From financial scandals to emotional meltdowns and failed family dynamics, few reality stars have sparked more controversy than Todd Chrisley of Chrisley Knows Best and Kody Brown of Sister Wives. While their shows originally promised glimpses into unique family structures, one showcasing a wealthy Southern clan and the other exploring plural marriage, both patriarchs have slowly become lightning rods for criticism. But when the dust settles, who really takes the crown as reality TV's most notorious family man? Let's dissect the journey, decisions, and downfalls of Todd Chrisley and Kody Brown in a face-off of who fans deem the worst. Act 1. The Rise to Fame. Todd Chrisley, Southern perfection with cracks beneath. Todd Chrisley burst onto the television scene with all the flair of a Southern socialite. Chrisley Knows Best debuted in 2014 and gave viewers a front-row seat to the lavish lifestyle of the Chrisley family. Based in Georgia and later Nashville, Tennessee, Todd portrayed himself as a perfectionist patriarch who expected the best from his children and often dictated every detail of their lives. At first glance, Todd appeared witty, fashionable, and entirely in control, a kind of Southern dad meets CEO. But behind the designer suits and sharp one-liners were accusations of hypocrisy, financial troubles, and a controlling attitude that rubbed many viewers the wrong way. The disconnect between the family's flaunted wealth and ongoing legal issues eventually overshadowed the glitzy image. Kody Brown, the polygamist patriarch. Meanwhile, Kody Brown's reality debut came in 2010 with Sister Wives on TLC. His pitch? A wholesome look into the daily life of a modern polygamist family. At its height, the show was groundbreaking, introducing viewers to Kody's four wives: Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robin, and a growing brood of children. At first, audiences were curious. There was a sort of fascination with how this family managed their complex lifestyle. Kody's charisma, long blonde curls, and constant attempts to manage four relationships made him an intriguing, if controversial, figure. But as seasons progressed, things shifted. Viewers started seeing cracks in the carefully constructed image, especially in Kody's leadership style, emotional neglect, and clear favoritism toward his fourth wife, Robin. Act 2. The Scandals That Tipped the Scales. Todd Chrisley, Legal Woes, Tax Evasion, and Incarceration. Todd's downfall became undeniable when his finances caught up with his public persona. Despite portraying a millionaire lifestyle, court documents later revealed a very different picture. In 2019, Todd and his wife, Julie Chrisley, were indicted on multiple counts of tax evasion, bank fraud, and conspiracy. Prosecutors accused the couple of inflating income figures to obtain loans and then hiding millions in income from the IRS. In 2022, Todd was sentenced to 12 years in federal prison, while Julie received a 7-year sentence. The illusion of control and wealth crumbled. The Chrisley children, especially Savannah and Chase, tried to maintain public support, but the reality was undeniable. Todd had built a financial house of cards, and it collapsed. His controlling, often patronizing behavior on screen now appeared in a more sinister light. Was it really just a TV personality, or had the audience been watching a man orchestrate an image to cover up a trail of lies? Many viewers couldn't ignore the deceit, and Todd Chrisley's name became synonymous with scandal. Kody Brown, family fallout and emotional collapse. Kody may not have committed crimes, but his collapse has been more personal and deeply emotional, and arguably just as public. Over the last few seasons of Sister Wives, audiences have witnessed the unraveling of the Brown family. Christine was the first wife to officially leave Kody in 2021, citing years of emotional neglect and lack of partnership. Janelle soon followed, admitting that Kody's refusal to respect her independence and prioritize their bond led to their split. Mary, his first wife, had long been emotionally estranged from Kody, made worse by a catfishing scandal and years of being sidelined. After years of being ignored, she also announced her departure. Suddenly, Kody was left with only Robin, the youngest wife and the one most viewers believe he favored all along. Fans began labeling Kody's behavior as manipulative, dismissive, and emotionally harmful. He was accused of gaslighting his wives, weaponizing religion, and using his role as head of the family to control rather than nurture. While he didn't face prison time like Todd Chrisley, Kody's reputation was torn apart by the emotional pain his wives publicly shared, a different kind of fallout, but just as destructive. Act 3. The Family Dynamics. Chrisley's image over intimacy. The Chrisley family presented a close-knit, if eccentric, image. Todd's overbearing nature dominated their household, with frequent tension between his obsession with perfection and his children's desire for independence. Whether it was Savannah's desire for a career or Chase's misadventures, Todd controlled every move with a sharp tongue and a constant need to appear flawless. Julie, often viewed as the calming force in the family, largely played a supportive role to Todd's dominant presence. But even her involvement in the fraud scheme raised eyebrows. Was she a willing participant or simply caught in Todd's obsession with appearance? The emotional toll on the children became more evident as the legal troubles mounted. While Savannah and Chase tried to support their parents, the facade of unity began to erode under the weight of public scrutiny. The Browns, plural family, singular favoritism. Kody's family started with promises of equality and shared love among wives. But over time, that idealistic view crumbled. Fans noticed that Robin, the fourth and legal wife, received more attention, protection, and partnership than the others. The imbalance was glaring. Christine, the bubbly and cheerful third wife, was left in emotional isolation. Janelle, independent and pragmatic, often had to fend for herself and her children. Mary, the original matriarch, was gradually pushed to the margins. The favoritism wasn't just a viewer theory. The wives themselves started acknowledging it, and the breakdown was captured on camera. Kody's parenting also came under fire. Several of his older children accused him of being absent, emotionally unavailable, or playing favorites. The once unified Brown clan now looks more like fragments of what could have been a groundbreaking family dynamic. Act 4. Public Perception and Media Treatment. Todd Chrisley, the fall from grace. Initially beloved for his quips, fashion sense, and no-nonsense parenting, Todd's approval ratings plummeted after his conviction. The stark contrast between his televised persona and criminal conduct was simply too jarring. For many, Todd represented the worst kind of reality TV, a curated life hiding deep deceit. Social media exploded with memes, commentary, and criticism. Todd's prison sentence became a defining headline, and the public turned its back. Despite Savannah's attempts to rehabilitate the family's image via podcasts and interviews, the damage was done. The perfectionist dad was now labeled a fraud, both financially and morally. In the court of public opinion, his fall was steep, and forgiveness seems far off. Kody Brown, from curiosity to contempt. Kody's fall was slower, perhaps more insidious. It wasn't one event that destroyed his reputation, but rather a slow unraveling of relationships and broken trust. While earlier seasons painted him as quirky and overextended, recent years have shown a man whose leadership style alienated his wives and damaged his family. His COVID-19 rules, often seen as contradictory and rigid, sparked fury among fans and even his own children. The emotional conversations caught on camera, daughters crying, wives leaving, children questioning his love, left viewers angry. Kody went from being the interesting polygamous dad to a symbol of patriarchal control and emotional failure. While not facing legal issues, Kody may have suffered a deeper, more personal blow, losing his family, credibility, and the sympathy of millions of viewers. Act 5. Redemption, if possible. Todd, a long road behind bars. Todd is currently serving his sentence in federal prison, with appeals in process. Redemption seems unlikely in the short term. Though his daughter Savannah has taken over the family's public-facing brand, including raising her younger siblings, Todd's ability to regain public trust may be forever tainted by the sheer scale of his deception. Apologies have been vague, and without a real confrontation of wrongdoing, the path back into viewers' good graces remains narrow. For now, Todd's story is one of hubris, downfall, and missed opportunity. Kody, picking up the pieces. Kody is still free and technically still part of the public eye, as Sister Wives continues to air. But his legacy is in tatters. The possibility of redemption would require deep accountability, honest apologies, and real change in how he views partnership and fatherhood. Yet Kody has remained largely defiant. Instead of introspection, he often shifts blame or insists he was misunderstood. The absence of humility could be the final nail in the coffin of public forgiveness. For many fans, Kody represents a man who lost nearly everything and still refuses to admit why. Conclusion: so who's the worst? It's a tough call, and both men have valid claims to the ignominious title. Todd Chrisley deceived fans with a fake lifestyle, manipulated finances, and is now behind bars. Kody Brown emotionally fractured a once unified family, alienated wives and children, and has become a cautionary tale in plural marriage. If judged solely on legal crimes, Todd Chrisley wins the worst. Fraud and tax evasion are serious offenses, and his sentencing reflects the gravity. His entire public persona turned out to be a fraud. But if judged on emotional harm and family collapse, Kody Brown might edge ahead. Watching the implosion of his family, especially with children publicly expressing hurt, reveals a different kind of devastation. Emotional neglect, dismissiveness, and an apparent refusal to evolve as a partner make him deeply flawed in the eyes of viewers. Ultimately, both men showcase different shades of failure, one through legal betrayal and another through emotional abandonment. But perhaps the final word belongs to the fans who've watched these dramas unfold in real time. And for those fans, the consensus is this: they both may have started with charm, but now stand as cautionary tales, reminders that television fame doesn't always reflect real virtue.